Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sophia and I'm a second year medical student at Deakin University in Geelong. So in this video I want to shine more light on the medical program at Deakin University, what it entails, what are some specific requirements, what are you gonna study and what are you gonna be examined on. So I thought this would be a useful video if you're considering studying at Deakin and you want to compare it to other unis, or maybe you are just you just found my channel by chance and clicked on this video. So either way, stay tuned, give this a like, and let's go. So the Deakin medical program has been around for only 10 years, so it's a pretty new medical school, I guess, and they still have a lot to develop, and they still have a lot of new ideas about this course. As you can imagine, it hasn't been around for a long time. So obviously we start with how long is Deakin University. So Deakin University is basically 4 years of medical program, and 2 of those years are preclinical, or as I say, your undergrad-like. You're basically going to lectures, you attend your tutorials, seminars, PBLs, and all of that stuff that you do in uni. But you do have placements throughout the year. It would be like 2 in one semester and maybe 2 in another semester in first year, and then in second year. But due to COVID, for example, I'm in the second year and we only have 1 placement this year, which is in August. And I have to make my COVID vaccination before that time. So yeah, exciting stuff. But anyways, what I was talking about. And in those 2 years, you're basically based in Warren Ponds, Geelong. So I would suggest you moving there, because traveling from Melbourne, for example, it would be very time consuming and tiring. If you have a full-on time on campus at medical school in Deakin University, definitely come back here. I tried traveling from Melbourne to Geelong and I almost killed myself. Like, it was that bad. So anyways, next point of consideration is our clinical years. So in clinical years, you are based in a hospital. You are allocated to one of 5 hospitals that their Deakin University can offer you. So only one of this hospital is in Melbourne, and again, I have made a video about it on my channel, so click here and go watch the video. I'll drop it in the comments below. So basically there are 5 hospitals: Melbourne, in Box Hill, Geelong, Ballarat, Warrnambool, and other rural clinics. So you get to apply that in the end of your second year, which is your preclinical year, which I just did. So I just applied to my to the hospital allocations. I haven't been given yet the result. I'm still nervous about it. It should be at the end of May, so just 1 month left until we know. And basically you attend your hospital and learn from doctors and nurses, and you are basically like a student doctor, which is based in hospitals. You also have lectures and tutorials there, but you don't longer need to attend your Deakin University, which is, I guess, good for those of people from Melbourne and who want to stay in Melbourne and be in Melbourne. So it's a good like light in the end of the tunnel to stay in Melbourne, and you don't have to be in Geelong anymore. But as I said, Geelong and Ballarat, all other cities are pretty much rural, like Warrnambool or Horsham or Ararat. So yeah, up to you if you want to go rural or not. So next, in terms of your preclinical years, just coming back to preclinical years, we have obviously 4 days a week. You have to attend your lectures and PBLs, they are all compulsory. Lectures are not compulsory because you can listen to them online, but PBLs are definitely compulsory, and you can only skip like 3 of unapproved absences, which means you were not there because of the medical condition or something happened in your family, so you have to provide a certificate. And you basically have to attend your seminars and clinical practice skills, where you get to be taught how to do how to take blood from the vein or do IVC cannulation. So all of that stuff, you have to attend those, otherwise you're not going to know how to do any of the clinical skill stuff. And in each semester you have 2 blocks in your preclinical skills, preclinical years. You have 2 blocks. So in first year you have 2 blocks. First one is HB, which is pretty much a revision for those who did undergraduate degree in biomedicine or science, because it mostly covers the basics of human anatomy or pathology. So it's like very undergraduate like, and you usually the block goes for like 2 months, and then you have mid-semester exam of this block, and then you don't have an exam, you go to the second block, if that makes sense. So your second block in first year, first semester, is IDR, which stands for good question, it's something to do with immunodeficiency. Nah, guys, I don't remember, but it's to do with like blood and cells and on the microscopic level. So all the your blood reactions and infections. I think it's infection, diseases, reactions, something like that. Sorry, I forgot already what I studied, but basically it's more difficult, I guess, for those people who didn't study any pathology or pathophysiology before, so it might be a bit more like medicine-like. You also have on-campus workshops which are compulsory to attend, just remember that. And then you have mid-semester exam of your IDR block, and then you have exams which will cover both blocks, both IDR and HB. So it's important to realize that you will need to know the whole semester worth of 2 blocks, which are like pretty heavy. We would have like 100 of lectures from one block and 100 of lectures of another block. So yeah, it's not easy, and also we did that online because it was already COVID time. Hello. So yeah, not fun. Then you have your second semester, first year, you cover CR, cardiorespiratory, thank god I remember what that stands for, and RG, renal gastro. And again, the same thing, you have mid-semester exams that cover both. Don't remember, you also have your compulsory assessments that you have to complete throughout the semester, which are not hurdles, but they constitute a lot of percentage to your mark. So say 20% or 15% you would have public health medicine content or ethical legal content, because it's not only you study like anatomy and pathophysiology and pathology in medicine, but we also have lectures on public health and ethics, so you will have assessments into those, and you also have to listen to lectures and attend seminars, if that makes sense. The whole system continues into the second year, where you also have to have the 2 blocks in one semester and 2 blocks in another semester. So right now I'm in first semester, and I've just completed my first block, thank god. It was actually my favorite block so far, because it was in terms to do with endocrine, so it stands for ECL, endocrine life cycle, sorry, ELC, yes. And in this block we studied like hormones and pregnancy and female reproductive system and male reproductive system, so it's all very interesting. And then the second block is MM, which stands for musculoskeletal and metabolism, where you study metabolism and all the anatomy of the limbs and basically all of your muscle anatomy in your body, which is pretty cool, but heavy in content and difficult but interesting, because it's interesting how you have so many muscles in your body, wow. And then your second semester, I think, would be my favorite of all. It has one block of, so second semester has block BB, which called brain and behavior, and because I completed the Bachelor of Neuroscience in my previous degree, I think I would be really curious in that block. I'd be really good there because it studies brain and behavior, which I'm absolutely fascinated about. And then our second block is, it stands for clinical practice, so we'll basically study all the clinical skills and more on how to implement them in hospitals and everything about that sort of stuff of medicine, so it's no longer so much heavy in anatomy and physiology and stuff. So yeah, exciting stuff. In terms of third and fourth year, I haven't done anything yet, but I've told you in detail what it entails, so hopefully you kind of got that you're gonna be in the hospital and learn everything, and you're gonna have assessments and stuff. Oh, important thing to note, that you are gonna have OSCEs in the end of your second year, which is basically assessment of your clinical skills, like history taking or examinations. So yeah, there will be one compulsory assessment in the end of your second year, which will examine first and second year. That makes sense. Whew, that was a long conversation. But if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I monitor my comments and I love answering them. So if you found this useful, please give it a like. Why not? If this is not useful, okay, fine. But I'm sure it will be useful, because if someone told me that when I was like, oh, I got into medicine, what I'm gonna do, or maybe if you're deciding between schools, that would be super useful as well. But yeah, anyways, it was lovely to see you guys, and Deakin is the best, can't complain. Good school, and I actually have to run back to the class now, so I don't have time to chat to you more. So